Now we have one more side. This side you'll do the same as the back side. So you fold the sides to figure out how far in they need to be, and then you bring them up like that. Okay, so you fold in the sides, just kind of eyeball it, bring it up, see if it fits. This side's fine, this side is a little too far out. Just kind of like press it down with your fingernail so it makes a crease. Eyeball it, maybe a little bit more. Okay, and then we're going to spray it. Scoot back a little. Whoops. I got a spray in here too. Okay, so we fold that over. Oh my gosh, this is so sticky. Fold it over. And then tightly pull the sides up. And squish out all the air bubbles. That. Keep pulling tight and tuck it over the edge. And just keep smoothing out all the bubbles. And there are some strings that you need to cut off, but you really won't even see the inside because you're going to have all your stuff in there, so it won't be that noticeable. And here you go. We got our box. Technically, you didn't need fabric on the bottom, but I just like it because it makes it look more complete. And here's my box. If you want to, you can put fabric on the inside also, but I'm lazy and I don't want to spend the time doing that. Okay, now we're going to do the next step for the box. If you want, you could either cut a hole and just reach in when you want to pull things out, or what I was going to do is I had an old purse that I just cut up the pieces, and you just cut little, however big you want your pieces, your handles, and then you line it up on the box. Actually, this is not even the front. This is the front. You have to decide which side you want to be the front. Well, I think this side looks better for the front. So what you do is take your handle and you just kind of eyeball it and measure it and see where you want to put it. So I have this little tool, I don't know what it's called, like I think it's the crocodile. So it has little things that you can poke holes in. So you take your piece, it's hard to get it right. Okay, went through. Then you take your scissors and cut off the little bit didn't come off. Then you go to the other side and do the same thing. Okay, so now there's two holes. This one, it doesn't cut as good. You just have to, so there's two holes on here. So you're going to line it up and then mark it with pencil. And you want to have a little bit of a gap. You can't have it straight. You got to have a little bit flared because you need a little space for your hand to reach in. Okay, so let's do that. Okay, now what we're gonna do is poke some holes in the box. So I already did one hole right here. I lined up my handle, and then I just put a pencil mark on both sides so I could see if it was level, and then I got a ruler to make sure it was level or even on both sides, this way and that way. So it looks good. I have here, these are called Chicago screws, or they're also called binding posts. I got them on Amazon. They were way too expensive at Home Depot. They were like $1 each. And this, I got a whole set for, I think it came with like, how many pieces? It came with 60 posts, but they're all different sizes. So, I'm going to take these, and they're really small, and they come with this is the top of it, this is the bottom of it, and what you do is screw it in when you're done. Okay, so first I will show you how to hammer this. It's a little bit tricky. Okay, so you have to put a piece of wood underneath it or else you'll ruin your table. There's the hole. You take this little tool. This is an eyelet setter. It could be used for grommets and all different things, but it works fine for me, so this is what I'm going to use. You place it over the hole, and you get your hammer. Now I have 2 holes. Then you take your Chicago screw and you take your strap here. You put the Chicago screw in the strap. That. Then you put it through the hole. And then take the back side of the screw, and you need a screwdriver for this, and then you screw it in on the back. So, in my case, the screw is a little bit too long, so I'm going to use a different size. I have these really short ones. Put it in the back. And match the hole up. And I will turn the box this way so you can see better. Okay. It's really difficult to match up the hole when it's so little. Okay, it's not going in. You have to make it so that the threads are lining right up with it. And that's not happening. Let's try it again. Okay, I got the screw on one side. Now I got to do the other side, so I line it up with the hole. I get my Chicago screws, really tiny. I feed it through. Then I get the lid. This is the back. I'll turn it this way for you. And then it's easier if you hand thread it to start. Otherwise it gets crooked. Screw on the back. And there we go. And we got our box. I think it looks really good. And so the inside, what you can do is trim up the little pieces of thread if you want. I'm fine with it like this. But if you don't want to do binding posts, you could actually just get, like, you could either sew something on there, you could just poke a hole and put your hand through it. So however you want to do it, it just depends on your style. So here you go, and have fun making one for yourself.